Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. In this video, we'll take a look at NVIDIA stock price movement for today and we'll try to make an assessment for tomorrow and early next week using technical charts and fundamentals. We'll also take a look at the impact of stock split on NVIDIA. Now, let's get started. You see NVIDIA stock chart for today on your screen. NVIDIA opened at 1020. It made a high 1063. It made a low 1015 and it closed at 1037. That is 9.32% up. Since it's already made a high 1063, I'm guessing that's probably 12% up from yesterday. So this means that it already achieved my minimum target goal for NVIDIA after split. So my minimum goal was 10%. So now I have no issues if it goes further up or further down. But regarding my positions, I I was little late to close my position. I closed at 1035 sometime in the afternoon. I was busy in the morning. I should have closed my positions around 1060. But that's okay. But it doesn't mean that Nvidia should be going down or will be going down. And that's my way of trading. I'm a swing trader. So whenever it reaches my minimum goal, I sell it and then I try to buy it again when it goes down. Now, moving on, last 5 days, Nvidia up 9.83%. Last 1 month, Nvidia up 30%. Last 6 months, Nvidia up 117%. So as you notice that Nvidia already made an all-time high. The overall market was under pressure today, as I expected, because the FOMC meeting notes yesterday were not very productive. They showed some concern. So I was expecting market to go down in next few days, and that's what happened today. Let me show you S&P. So you see that 0.74% down. Then why Nvidia up? Is because the stock split news. Some people might say that Nvidia also beats the earning, but Nvidia did not beat the earning with a very heavy margin. Okay, so if there was no stock split news yesterday, I would have imagined that Nvidia would not have gone more than 3 or 4%. Okay, now let's take a look technical charts. You see 90-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia. Nvidia at this point is 1033. In last 90 days, the lowest point is 554 and the highest point that is 1053. And I also have the MACD chart. You see the MACD line very much steep. It is steeper than any other curve in the past. Maybe something like this. So when this happened sometime in February, I'm guessing, so it touched here and then started going down. So we might see a little correction happening on Nvidia probably tomorrow or Monday. We'll see. Now let's take a look 30 minutes chart. So in a 30 minutes chart, you see the blue line, the MACD line, it went high and after reaching this point, it started going down. So last few hours, you notice that Nvidia after touching 960, it went down probably about 30 points. So there was some selling pressure on Nvidia. Now let's take a look RSI. RSI in a 30 minutes chart is at 54. It's neither oversold nor overbought. So after going into the overbought region, RSI went down in last few hours. And at this point, it's hard to say based on the RSI, Nvidia should be going further high or should be going low. Now let's take a look hourly chart. So in the hourly chart, you see that RSI is still so high. So this means that in the long term, Nvidia still looks to me somewhat overbought. So in the long term, probably 1 or 2 weeks from now, we might see more correction happening on Nvidia. Now, since Nvidia made another all-time high, we need to redefine our Fibonacci levels. Let me do it. So now these are my Fibonacci levels. I selected my lowest point as 814 and the highest point 1053. This is a medium term horizon. So in the medium term, the next level of support is 997. And after that is 962. And after that is 934. On the upper side, the resistance is at 1053. So if somebody wants to see the short term horizon, let me select the lowest point here and the highest point here. Let me do that. So in the shorter term, you see the next level of support is at 1022. So you might see Nvidia some pushback at this level when Nvidia would try to go down. Maybe you have already seen this morning. So after reaching 1025, Nvidia got a pushback. But it doesn't mean that this is a very strong support. For the short term, we can say that, but in the long term or the medium term, I showed you the another support level in the previous chart. Now let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. So you see the news on your screen on the left side. So the very first one says that Nvidia's growth story will continue, says Deep Waters. And that's we know that, right? The growth is going to continue. But the question is the earnings is declining each quarter and also the supply issues Nvidia might face in the future. Another one that says Nvidia announces upcoming event for financial community. So that might be a good one. If you get a chance, you can listen to their presentation. That might tell you the inside details, or you can read between the lines what are their pain points and what could happen in the future. Now, this one that says that stocks drop despite Nvidia's big rally. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, Nvidia is up today, but all other stock doesn't look to me going up today. And I also told you the reason. And another one that's a similar news. US equity markets closed down Thursday despite Nvidia's Q1 beat. So as we know that um, market is under pressure and will be under pressure due to the FOMC concerns on inflation. Yeah, this is exactly what I was trying to say. Benzinga market summary. Nvidia continues gains, but indexes pull back. Upbeat economic data could impact rate cut outlook. So that we can expect that, right? One thing, Fed may further delay the rate cut, and also I'm trying to read between the lines. If the inflation does not come down in the future, there is a possible chance that Fed can do one rate increase sometime this year, and that will negatively impact the market. So now this one that looks to me interesting. Dow sinks as inflation jitters, and then only one rate cut in 2024. So now market reacting that says Wall Street falls after data suggests higher inflation. I guess that's all about Nvidia news for today. Nothing different from yesterday. We already knew that Nvidia had a good earnings, not so great, and also the Nvidia stock split news that's taking Nvidia to new highs. But Nvidia should settle down after this news goes in the background because overall market is under pressure because of the inflation data. Now let's take a look other AI stocks. You see all other stocks today close negative, starting from Microsoft through AMD. The highest negative closing is on AMD, that is minus 3%, and Nvidia plus 9.32%. And Avago, a little bit high, 0.08%. So this means that, Nvidia high today is due to this individual effect, not the earnings, stock split. If the earning was so great, then probably other AI stock would have gone up today as well. But Nvidia earnings yesterday did not help other AI stocks to go up. And that's validate my finding that it's not earnings beat or the revenue guidance that help Nvidia to go up 9%. That's the stock split that is specific to Nvidia. Now let's take a look economic calendar. You see the economic data on your screen. Today, the weekly initial jobless claim data reported, and the actuals came a little lower than the forecast. The actual is 215K versus the forecast 220K. So that's not a good thing. And also, tomorrow, nothing coming up. Monday, we have Memorial Day. Tuesday, nothing much. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, initial jobless claim, somewhat important. But another big day is Friday, and I would say it's more important because this time market will be paying more attention versus last month on the PC index or inflation data. It's going to be released on Friday next week. So that's all about Nvidia stock analysis and assessment for today. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.